been teaching digital marketing before it was even cool. So many, many years ago. I've built nightclubs. I'm Christian now, so I don't sell alcohol for a living. But my point is that I've built nightclubs in Las Vegas. I have, I've coached thousands and thousands of people. I think we're somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20,000 people at this point, somewhere in that neighborhood. I've got background noise, team. So if you could just take a look, please. I think it's you, Tony, for some reason, but we've got background noise. So can you make sure that we got that muted out? Okay. So, I started my business through a leadership program. I did a leadership program and I was a good starter and a crappy finisher. Anybody else like that? Put an S for a good starter, but not so good of a finisher all the time. Put an S in the chat. I just love to see you so we don't feel like we're crazy. It's really good if you comment, by the way, because that just allows us to connect. We're weaving our energy together. And I promise you this next 5 days can just change a lot of things for you. I really believe that in my heart. Okay. So as a good starter, I wasn't a very good finisher. I did this leadership program and I started my venture online. I started to teach business online. I wasn't very good at it. In fact, my first group first set of clients that ever came to work with me, not one person got their results. You know what I said to myself to keep myself going? To make sure I didn't get stuck and giving up. Some of you guys are giving up on something right now because you think it's not working. And you need to hear this story. Okay, so don't multitask. So I said to myself, I said, you know what, Shanda? I said, there's no way that these people got nothing because I gave it all I got. I said they were with me for a spiritual experience, not a financial. But what I had to do is I needed to find out what would it take for me to coach and create great financial results for people. So that was like 16, 17 years ago. Since then, I've been able to generate 8 figures year after year after year online. I built a division in my company right before I did this one. I worked for somebody else, but I was a contractor, and I built $170 million revenue stream in less than 2 years. Okay, so I share this with you because there's not one part of me that now believes, after looking back and then looking this way, like kind of like 2020, looking back and going, wow, how did that happen? It was nothing short of a miracle. So I'm going to share something with you right now. And this is not for everyone, but this is for some of you guys who are highly controlling. Who are my controllers? Put a C in the chat. You know who you are. Nobody cares. I'm controlling. There's nothing wrong with being controlling. But who am I controlling style people? Like you, get in there, get stuff done. At the end of the day, you're like the one person in the company or the one person in your family that just takes over because there's so many people who just don't get the job done, but you do, right? Is that you? Yes? Put a C in the chat if that's you. You're a controller and own it well. Sometimes the challenge with people who are in control with developing the foundation of really a financial miracle in your life is that you don't give enough space for people to show up. Okay, so I was reading a devotional years ago. This was the $170 million breakthrough. And the devotional was that I had to, for that day, I'm going to give you a challenge homework for today, just like this devotional was for me. I had to practice something, right? And for one day, this was the $170 million day of receiving that miracle in my life, right? Of over $100 million in revenue stream created. I had to stop talking. I happened to have a conference call that day because, God just assembles everything around you trying to get this thing into your life. And we either block it by our negativity or we block it because we over dominate it. You guys follow me? Put yes if you're following me. Okay. I really recommend that when you have aha moments, that you write it down because you will forget it. Write it down, circle it, and reread it for yourself to self-coach yourself. Coach yourself to success. Okay. So remember, I can't talk. I can't share. I can't talk. Like I got to listen to people this day. This is the whole challenge for the day. So I go into this meeting. It's like 2 investors, me, and I'm on a conference call. And this is where I heard how really broken my mind was. Okay. And I know this is for more than one of you guys right now, especially if you are controlling and you get things done. Okay. You forget, you don't realize what's being said inside your mind that has you not allowing the space for a miracle to come forward. Okay. And so I'm on this conference call, and in my head, I'm putting down the two guys that are on the call. I'm not proud of myself, but I was saying pretty mean things like, you're going to ruin the deal. Shut up. Stop talking. Oh my gosh, you're such an idiot. Like, these are, can anybody relate to me so I don't feel so alone here? Right? Like, literally the things that were in my head that I was saying. Thank God I had the structure of what I didn't realize was a miracle for me, but the structure of listening and not overtaking conversations was the opening of my biggest financial miracle, which was over $100 million revenue stream. And it was from startup, no marketing money, no education in marketing. I want you to get this. For some of you guys, like, I got to gather more information. No, you don't. You got to take action. You got to go after it. You got to move in faith, right? Faith is about moving in courage as if it is going to come forward. You get it? Like, faith is not, I'm gonna wait for my, tax return check to come in before I invest in that. It's about, well, if the door opens in front of you right now, what are you going to do right now to not let a miracle go? And so many people say, like, they say, if I want this thing in my life, and then a door opens and they back down, they retract, and then the opportunity goes away. Okay. So I follow this devotional. I don't speak on this meeting, and a deal comes together. And I can't remember exactly how much we sold on that conference call, but it was massive, and it did end up like unfolding to over $100 million, $170 million in revenue. Okay. And $140 million for a really clear accuracy, $140 million of that was me selling. Okay. Like, literally me selling it. Okay. I have no formal sales training. I mean, obviously now, 20 years later, like, I've invested in lots of masterminds, and lots of people have poured into me. Right. So, but before that, when I was sitting in front of that miracle, I had no sales training. I'd never taken a marketing class. I'd never taken a digital marketing anything. The only course I'd ever hired a mentor for was changing my habits. And then I did a leadership training. Makes sense? Like, I'm just giving you the full scope. When I was little, my mom's boyfriend used to beat the crap out of me. So I thought I was worthless. I was super shy. And I think I became dominating because I always felt like the rug was going to be pulled out from underneath me. So all you guys who are new, that's your quick catch up on who you're listening to and what can happen in a very short amount of time if you are willing to take the functional and the foundational coaching. It is not as much of you having to push a miracle in your life, financially, business, love. It's not as much of that. It's about opening up a communication. I'm going to show you this foundation, but opening up a communication with God, being backed by heaven, and being very, very clear, not double-minded. You cannot pray desperate prayers and get a harvest. You get what I'm saying? Because you have to be the leader. You do not have to be worthy. I know there's all this stuff out there like, I got to get worthy. You already are worthy. You made it to the planet. You're good. You're the chosen one. Right. And so what you need to do is, in my opinion, just my opinion, is get out of your own way. So for the next 5 days, I'm going to show you, my friend John's going to come. He's going to show you how to get into the drop zone. You guys know that sometimes you can hear things very easily, like your mind is ready to receive. Whose mind is ready to receive today? Whose mind is ready to receive, right? Like, when your mind's ready to receive, you'll catch it and it'll just lock. But if you have a negative foundation, or you even have negative people around you, right? Like, that stuff, it spreads. Now, I'm not saying go get rid of your negative people. I'm saying influence change. Oh, I can't influence change. Well, then you're just in the same boat, and you will stop the miracle. That's the stuff that has to change. This idea that things are impossible. They just aren't. Okay. So now fast forward to here. A few years ago, I think it was 2022, or maybe it might have been 2023. Anyway, I'm glad I don't actually remember the exact year. That means I'm getting even farther away from this devastation. But we lost $7 million in my company. Okay. And we sold it. We lost it inside of about 5-ish months. And so you guys can do the math on probably what I generate in a year. You guys can figure all those pieces out. But like, it's a lot of money to lose $7 million. I don't care how much money you make in like 5-ish months. Okay. Like 7 million out the door. Okay. So couldn't figure out what the bleed was, what was happening inside the company. So I want you to relate to me on what is happening in your life right now that sucks. It sucks. You don't know how to get out of it, or maybe you do and you're not taking action, but there's something that is pulling your energy. It's like a hole in a boat and it's sifting out. So foreclosures, been through them. One of the best moments of my life was letting 3 homes go into foreclosure. That's when I built this company. But it was a very, very wealthy stepfather of mine that told me, let the homes go into foreclosure, told me what to do, and said, you're going to learn how to become a cash queen. That's exactly what happened. Who's seeding into your life? I want to seed into your life over the next 5 days. I'm going to show you how to get so connected on Miracle Walks that even if you don't have me or somebody around you, that you got him, right? But you're not having a desperate conversation. You're having and not a spiritual conversation. You're having just a direct line of communication that you're certain that this is the right direction and you're going to have courage to go after it. Okay. So that being said, after losing the 7 million, couldn't figure out what it was going to take to turn the company back around. I thought about canceling the company, shutting it down. I thought about shutting it down 3 times. And here's the truth. I said, I will not gain the wisdom of a CEO if I back down from this. There's got to be a way to figure this out. We flipped it around, thankfully. We had one of our highest profit months ever last month. Our online campaigns generated 88% profit margin. That's incredible. Don't you agree? That's incredible. It's never happened before. And I really believe that it got blessed the minute I started talking like this. Not that I ever hid my relationship with scripture and God or any of that, but you guys who actually did VIP, I don't know if you guys did VIP, but VIP, I'm going to give you guys a walking document that will change your life. If you want to upgrade with us in VIP, put VIP in the chat. It's $27. It's nothing. We can give you a link for that. Okay. If you're on Instagram, you can DM me and say VIP and I'll send it to you after I stop going live. But this document is a document that will show you how to walk certain scriptures behind your goals, and it makes a difference. Okay. So 88% gross profit margin or net profit margin with an online campaign, which is pretty incredible with our funnels. But then the house I'm in right now, in fact, this is my office in my Puerto Rico house. We just built this and we're actually about to tear it down because we're going to build another office on another part of my property right now. But this is a $7 million home that I walked in about 45 days. And the secret, write this down, is to miracle walk at least 3 times a week. Now, obviously I can't promise you anything, but I've done this with my friends now here in Puerto Rico. I've done this now with a whole group of people. Over 15,000 people signed up for the Miracle Walk Experience, Miracle Money, about a month ago. This is only the second time I'm doing it live, and I think we're going to do it even better. There were incredible miracles that exploded, but this is the second time I'm teaching it to a group of people. And I believe that you can have an extraordinary week if you're willing to show up with me for 5 days. Are you willing to do that? Put 5 in the chat if you're willing to do that, right? Put 5 in the chat if you're willing to do that. Are you committed? That means if the dog gets sick or the baby, I've got a brand new baby who's 5.5 months old. If my baby got sick, I would still be here with the baby. I'd strap the baby on because I get that I matter in your life. And I'm going to make every effort to be reliable in a world that is unreliable. So that's what this commitment looks like. Will you show up for yourself to really figure this out in the next 5 days, no matter what? Will you not give yourself a back door? Some of you guys, the back door is just getting in an argument with someone, right? And you get frustrated and you're like, I'm not going. Like, you guys stop all that stuff, right? Because you are circumventing the biggest blessings and you don't get today back. So I want to see it come in. So I've noticed in the last few years of doing this consistently, I have noticed it takes about 45 days for people I know to manifest big, big things. Okay. So I'm always very transparent. People are asking for VIP. Can you guys drop the VIP link in the chat real quick? That just popped up there. So Kamari just dropped that in the chat. So screen up in the chat. Can somebody go to my Instagram and drop it in the comments of my Instagram, please? Somebody on our team, because I don't have it on there. I should have put it on my bio, but I didn't. So somebody on our team, go to our Instagram and pop VIP. I see a bunch of people asking for VIP right now. So it will cap out because our room will cap out. But if you want to upgrade to VIP, just go do that right now, you guys. Click the link and go do that right now. And you'll get this, and then you'll get a private session with me. And after we're done this. And then, by the way, for you guys who don't know, today I'm going to give you the foundation. Tomorrow we're going to walk. And then the next day, we're going to bring my partner in to talk about the financial systems right now. How you guys know that you're going to be in crypto any day now, whether you know it or not, your money's moving, right? So whether or not you believe in crypto or not believe in crypto, you're going to own a percentage of crypto, or you're not. If you don't get educated really quick. So we're going to talk about crypto markets and money on Wednesday, and we're going to pray breakings over you. So we're going to bury or break things on Wednesday. On Thursday, John's going to come. He's going to talk about the drop zone. I had no idea John was doing this. I was doing miracle walks. He was doing the drop zone. He's now calling them miracle walks. And the reason why is words have power. Words have power, right? So you guys on VIP, they dropped the link, and I'm just going to keep going. Okay, you guys, because I want to make sure that I stay in our piece here. So, okay, so I miracle walked this house, 7 million. I got it for 300,000. You guys in VIP, I'll unpack that. But if you do the math, somebody do the math. Take 7 million times 20%. What is that? A couple $1 million bucks? I should have had to put down. Okay, so I put 300,000 down. Plus, that's with closing costs. Okay, I was very clear on the walk. I have a 5-bedroom house with my own standalone office. I have 2 masters. I miracle walked a lake in front of my house, open, expansive, a pool with a waterfall, a gazebo. I miracle walked the entire thing. Okay, I got exactly what I asked for. I have another friend who I wanted to jump on here to share with you guys. She goes, I'm going to move to your neighborhood. And she goes, she's a financial advisor. And she goes, I'm going to get a house, but I don't need that much. Why am I telling you this? Okay, watch your language. She goes, we don't, like, our kids are grown. We don't need much. Financial advisor doing money right? And I'm like, but what do you want? So that's the first thing I want you to write down right now. But what do you want? If you weren't afraid today, what would you declare that you wanted? It's a big question. Because even the financial advisor, it's not like she's walking around going, I'm afraid. She's like, she's good financially. She could have retired so many times already. Okay, she's good financially. She doesn't want for anything. The Lord is her shepherd. She wants for nothing. She gives God all of her plans. She wants for nothing. Right? Do you know the scriptures that back things? Or are you going to play in the spiritual realm that has all these ups and downs because there's no power? I used to be in A Course in Miracles. My best reel online is stop playing with the Course in Miracles and magic. Now I can see a lot of people get mad at me about that. Or you can get intrigued if you're into that stuff and be like, how did she go from starving to overflow financially? Here's a hint. I read the book of Matthews. I read the book of Matthews out loud every day in the New Living Translation, because it wasn't like written in a way that I couldn't understand. The New Living Translation. And the book of Matthews is all about miracles. And I read it out loud because I was taught, don't ever read the scriptures quietly, read them out loud, because you're prophesizing, you're putting words on it. It's like all the law of attraction is pulled out of the Bible. But if you don't give with a joyful heart and you speak the law of attraction with a heart to just get, then you will be taken from, because you're not multiplying, you're self-serving. Are you guys hearing me? Anybody starting to pick this stuff up yet? Okay, so the way in which we go give matters. I'm going to teach all this to you guys. It's going to be so incredible. Here's what's great is you don't have to be You don't have to have it all together. You just have to have the right heart. Okay. So my friend and I miracle walk, and she's like, her husband's like, can you just buy a house? We have enough money. Just buy another house, right? Just buy it. And she's like, no, I'm going to do it like Shanda's doing it with God. I'm a miracle walk. So when we started the walk, her heart was postured as we don't need that much. Okay. I'm repeating this because I want you to get this. What if it's not about you? What if the house is about influence? What if the house is like bringing, I feel like there's a word on this right now. I don't know if there's somebody out there that's helping teens right now, or kids or orphans or something. But what if teens are getting rehabilitated in that house and you need more space? Like, what do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, this isn't about like, I don't need much. I'm not motivated by money. It's not about any of that. In fact, when you make those comments, you're not getting it. Right? It's about, you're supposed to be living in overflow. And that overflow is being dedicated and moved to other things that you are connected with. And so can we just make an agreement right now that we don't limit God, we don't limit heaven? Are we okay with that? We say we're not going to limit it. So every time you hear yourself saying, I don't need that much, I'm not that motivated by that, I don't even care if I get paid. Like, whenever you say that, you are creating a legal agreement with the courts of heaven, and literally you can be taken from. So some of you guys need to break some of that stuff. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, and we're going to break it on a walk. So tomorrow when you come, put your running shoes on. You're going to walk with me. You good with that? Yes? You're going to walk with me. And I actually am going to encourage you, when I teach you this foundation, to go tonight or today out for, even if it's just a 5-minute walk. And I want you to miracle walk. Okay. So how do we actually do this thing? Okay. So I do want to just finish this. $7 million house. My girlfriend ended up with her house in 45 days. I got her to unlock very quickly through the same format I'm taking you through, so that she wasn't like limiting what could happen. She has got this beautiful, huge home. And guess what it's filled with? Her family. She has 10 kids. They're all grown up. And guess who's coming in constantly to Puerto Rico? Her family. And all those rooms are taken up by family as they come in constantly. And she didn't have that vision. See, sometimes you don't have the same vision that God has for your life. And it's much bigger, much more joyful, much more abundant, much more amazing than you can think of. And if you keep limiting it because you're just thinking about what you need, then I'm going to tell you, you're not allowing that miracle to come forward. Okay. So you can be the president of that company. You could be a multimillionaire. You could be anything. My son says to me that he's going to be a trillionaire. And he says to me, and I said, Zach, like, and I almost got in the way. And I said, Zach, like, it's not all about money. I'm thinking, oh no, I teach about money. My kid's becoming materialistic. And like the Holy Spirit said, stop, Shanda, stop. So I stopped and I asked the question, Zach, what do you need that type of money for? And he said, Mom, I'm going to feed every person on this planet. And I think it's going to take $1 trillion to do that. I was like, why do I care what people think about my son saying that? Because there's a little part of me that has a people pleaser or wants to be accepted by people. So I only share that with you because sometimes you're putting people down and capping them in your life because you haven't asked the question, the empathy question, on why that's important to you. Also, sometimes you think that you're unworthy to receive a great miracle, because you have to fix yourself. And I'm like, listen, you are human and you are always going to have stuff. And so it doesn't mean that you can't create something amazing. It's just when you do, just remember who it came from. Does that make sense? And if your heart can posture like that, it's that will change everything. You got it? Yes. Okay. So, all right, you guys ready to get into it? Yep. Yeah. We ready? Okay. Let's get into it. Okay. So I'm going to recommend that you write this down. And I recommend that you answer me as I do it with you, okay? So there's 3 things. You need to get out of desperation. Write that down. In other words, get out of desperation is I want you to declare something that you would want if you weren't afraid of it. What would if I wasn't afraid of guilt, if I wasn't afraid that I would be, like God's going to think I'm not stewarding his money well. I don't know. There's all these religious crazy stuff out there. There's like, there's just so much stuff. So if you just like shut down the noise and you're like, okay, I'm going to get out of any desperation anywhere because I don't know why I want this, but this is the thing I want. Right? So what is that? What is it that you really want? Okay, what is that? If you weren't afraid to ask for it, if you weren't afraid to go after it, if you weren't like saying, well, I mean, it's impossible. I'm too old for that now. Or, I mean, I have a baby. I got pregnant at 49 years old. Like, that's freaking impossible. It's impossible. Do you know when I started miracle walking? My husband and I started to get the same messaging without even knowing it. And it's just incredible what starts to happen. Right? But you know how many years I didn't miracle walk the baby? 7. Actually 7.5. I only miracle walked the baby the last year. And it was really the last, gosh, probably 6 months. And I miracle walked. I wanted twins. I wanted twin girls. And I said, and this is a great prayer to remember, I said, God, I am clear about what I want. This is what I want. So if you are double-minded, okay, so if you are double-minded, which is, well, I mean, I would be good if you gave me this or that. I'd be good if it like, well, you know, I want to be open. Do not be open in your miracle. Okay, so I said, I'm clear I want twin girls. And sure enough, I ended up with 2 twin genetically perfect embryos. I freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, this miracle walk stuff is insane. Like, I'm like, this is insane. So I'm like, Mom! And I'm like all freaking out. I'm calling my husband. He's on the golf course. I'm on like redial, texting him, going, call me back, emergency, emergency. He's not calling me back. Finally, I get back online. I messaged, we did IVF. I did IVF many times with lots of disappointment. And I said, what's the gender? And they said, congratulations, you're a boy, Mom. I'm like, no! 8.5 years later. And finally, my husband calls me back. I'm like, do you think we should do it again? He's like, Shanda, this is a miracle. He's like, you have got 2 fertilized eggs. It would be murder at this point if you did not put them back in you. You've got to follow through all the way to the end. Okay. And so, of course, I did. We ended up with 1. The other one didn't take. And we have a little baby Zion. And I am a boy mom of 2 boys now. And I couldn't imagine it any other way because now I stand in the miracle. Does that make sense? So if you are double-minded, you have to cancel this out and you need to be assertive. If you want a miracle to not take 8.5 years, like I went in and out of that miracle. And then I started miracle walking the last couple of years, just really like disciplined. And everything has come true. Okay. And I've not just done this with myself. Okay. Everything has come through. I feel like I've like unlocked this. It's not even a formula because it's a relationship with you and God, but you cancel it out when you're double-minded, and double-minded just means you're open. I'm open, God. And I hear Christians and Catholics and Mormons do this all the time. If it's God's will, his will is in the word. So if you're not in the word, you can't hear. It says that you will hear through reading his word. So if you're not reading it, right? So you could start reading the book of Matthew if you wanted to on repeat. I generated $15 million in 5 months, literally just reading the book of Matthew. And when I read every single day because there's lots of insight on this now. They've done studies on the brain and what happens when you read the word. And reading once or twice a week does nothing for you. Now, I know there's going to be screaming religious people who want to take me down. You've got the influence of all these people. Why would you do that? Because I'm about telling the truth. It's about discipline. Get in it. Okay? Like, get in it. If it could come together, why would you not? Right? So I'm not going to tell you working out once a week is going to get you fit. It's not gonna. That'd be a lie. Okay? So you got to get in it, right? You got to get in it, and it's got to be the thing. So here is what I do. I say exactly what I want, and then I take out all desperation. And I say, literally, this is what I want. And so either make it happen or shut the door. Okay, make it happen or shut the door. So God, like this house. I was like, all right, I want a 5-bedroom house. This is what the prayer looked like, the miracle walk looked like. I'd be like, I want a 5-bedroom house. I want 2 masters so my mom can live in one of them. I want a waterfall over the pool. I want a gazebo. I want expansion. I hate closed down areas. I want a lake in front of my house. I want lots of rooms in the house so it's open and spacious. And I want it for $250,000 to $300,000 outlay. Did you hear that double-mindedness? 250, 300. So was 300. So watch that. Okay. And I've seen it every single time. Be assertive. And I said, here's where the connection happens. Looking for the open door. Now this is really important. Hear me when I say this. You know where the person is, and I know there's not just one. Open up to abundance. I know there's not just one. There's 2, 3, 4, 5 people. There's a lot of people in the community that I want that would like to get rid of their homes, and they have this exact home. And I would be a complete blessing for their life. And so I just said it all the time. And why did I say those words? Because I believe he can see everything. Oops. I believe he can see everything. And just because I can't see it and you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. So I asked for a divine appointment. Guess where I met the seller? At the coffee shop. Okay, so guess what happens when your miracle starts to come through? Some of you guys are promoter-ish and you get excited and you go after it and you don't need all the details and you just go. You're like, I know I'll be fine. Who am I, promoter-like people? Or you're like, I'm just a person that like, I know an open door and I'm going through it and I'll figure it out. Like, who's that, right? Who's that right now? I just want to know. So, okay, so I love you guys, which is amazing. And a lot of times what happens is you feel like the rug gets pulled out from underneath you because you need to style flex a little bit of your controller. And when things look like they're going sideways, you need to step in and take control. Okay, but we all need to style flex into our promoter when the door opens and be like, okay, I don't know how this thing's coming together. Because you know what I did when this door opened is I was like, I've got pickleball in a couple minutes. Like I can't, and Ash is my husband for you guys who don't know me. And Ash is like, no, we're going to go see the house right now. You've been miracle walking this thing. We're going to go see the house. So we went to see the house. I saw the house. I saw this kind of cool stairwell. And I was like, I saw the Christmas tree. Even though I probably will never spend Christmas in Puerto Rico because our family's on stateside, I saw the Christmas tree. And to me, for you guys, I start Christmas in July. So I love it. So I'm a Christmas fanatic. So for me, it was like, oh gosh, I'm starting to fall in love with this house. But like, shoot, we just lost $7 million. Like, well, this would be irresponsible to buy this house. You guys follow me? So that's the back pedal. Okay. And the minute you notice it, you have to step out in faith, because what happens is miracles compound. And when you get authority and know whose you are, not who you are, but whose you are, you start to walk in this authority. Somebody put the word authority down. You start to walk in this authority. And when you walk in the authority, he says that when we speak, it must create. But you know what we often do? We speak fear. And when we speak that, you know what, my ex-husband is impossible, or I just got off with a good friend and she's like, oh, like this person, he like wants 50-50 custody. And that's what he thinks is a fair deal when he's unsafe, right? Like, it's like, you know, like you speak these things and you're like, you got to stop. Do you know what's been coming out of my mouth now that I got a new baby? Oh, poor Zion. He just bonked his head. I cancel that right now. I have a rich son. Zion is rich, he is wealthy, he's backed by heaven. His heart seeks your word, God. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so watch those. I'm hearing that like in repeat in my life. Every time I turn around, I'm saying, oh, poor, and I'm putting one of my 2 boys' names. Don't you think that's wild? It's coming out of my mouth nonstop. And I'm having to catch it and break it right there and re-speak over it. Because if you don't re-speak over it, you are giving legal right. Are you guys hearing me? Yes. Is this okay that I talk like this, you guys? Are you guys good with this? Is it okay? So good. Okay. So now here is the last piece. And I already said it. You need to walk 3 times a week. We're going to walk 5 this week. I'm going to ask you to do it tonight. Okay. So now what I want you to do, and let me ask you a quick question. This is more of a curiosity. Do most of you guys or none of you guys, just put yes or no in the chat. Are you familiar with scripture? It's okay, yes or no. Like, do you think you could find scripture that will back your stuff? Yes or no? Just real quick. Do you think, just yes or no in the chat? And by the way, don't get intimidated. People are putting yes, because forever I put no. Okay. So when I was like really spiritual, I love Wayne Dyer. He was an incredible teacher for me. But when I was really spiritual, I thought I was doing God's work, but what I just wasn't. I'm just going to be straight. I just wasn't. And you see it with the fruit of just the starvation of the miracles that come in like temptation and get ripped away. Right. And so you can tell if something's like blessed because it's like a tree. It produces a lot of fruit. And when you're not producing a lot of fruit, it's one thing to go through a season, but if you have been in a long dry spell, you're in a rut, which means something is off, because that's not how you're supposed to walk. Okay. So you guys who did do VIP, I'm going to give you this Psalms 23, but for you guys who did not do VIP with me, which we're going to jump into the other room, here's what I'm going to tell you. I would recommend that you go find a scripture that backs your vision. So you can look on the Bible app. Do not look on Google. Okay, if you do biblical dream interpretations on Google, it will give you the demonic line of it. I know this because I studied dream interpretation. It's the way that God speaks to me a lot. So I studied biblical dream interpretation. It is totally different than what you find on Google. So I would recommend, I wish I would have, maybe somebody else can go to Amazon or look for the New Believers Bible. There's a New Believers Bible on Amazon. Let me just go grab that for you guys really quickly. If you're on Instagram, you can message me and ask me for it, and I will send it to you. But there is this. I will send this to you guys right now. Here. Let me send this to you guys. Hold on. Here it is. I can't, here we go. Copy link. Okay, let me put it in the chat. That didn't come through. Here, let me show my screen real quick for you guys so you can see it. You guys on Instagram, you're going to have to message me. Sorry. Can I share my screen? Here we go. Okay, you guys who I'm showing my screen right now, can you see it? This one right here. This is a great scripture. This is actually the one I read that I generated $15 million. Okay, so I'm going to pop that off now. You see? Okay, am I back? So I make sure I'm not screen sharing anymore.
Yep, you're back.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So thank you. Somebody put it in the chat. If you're on Instagram, you can send me a DM and just say New Believers Bible. I'll send it to you. Okay. So if you need a scripture, go there, right? But don't go just Google it. Now give everybody one. When you get decisive about what you want, okay, people always ask me, can I put 2 or 3 things? I really recommend you don't. Okay, because I just recommend you give full power to one thing. So there's a priority in your life right now. Here's a secret. It's stealing your peace. Okay, so that's where the assignment is on your life right now, to stop you from expanding. Right? You are a creator. The best entrepreneur on the planet is him. He created everything. Right? So if you know that, a really great thing that you could do is go, where are you losing your peace? And what would be the opposite of that? What would be true if you didn't have that? Like build the muscle. Okay. And declare, well, that's what I want. And then you could expand on that. So if that happened, what would happen? If that happened, what would happen? Like, you can go as deep as you want. I don't want you to just do a mini miracle. I mean, go for a big one, because if it does take you a week or 45 days, you want something that is undeniably him, because your faith will get so strong, you'll become like a machine, right? And then you're going to literally say, if this for whatever reason, if you have a better plan for me than this and I can't see it and this hurts it, shut the door. Otherwise, I am backed by heaven. I am going to move forward as if I'm backed by heaven. I declare this over my life. So here's what it looks like. I declare, so trying to think, I'll just do this house. I declare a 5-bedroom home. I declare 2 masters. I declare a waterfall going over the pool. I declare open spaces. I declare a lake in front of my house. I declare it $300,000 all in, right? You guys need to know the neighborhood I live in. There's really, I mean, right now, you have some properties that $4.5, $5 million, but nothing's less than that. Okay, so everything's more in the 10, 15, $20 million for the neighborhood I live in. Okay. And so it's $150,000 to get a membership to live in here. So not only do you buy the house, you got to buy the membership to live here, because there's no cash on property. It's all membership based, right? So my point is that this felt like a big jump for me when I was going through what I was going through. So I was like, well, what would move me forward? What would be the thing? Well, if I had our own house, I feel like I would be more solid in this. And so this is the house I want. This is how much I want to put down. This is what it looks like. Okay. I declared the monthly mortgage, everything. I did everything. Okay, even like just everything. And by the way, I bought the house seller finance. So the owner held the note on the property. So I pay the exact monthly that I want to pay. And I have a 6-year seller finance on the home. You get it? You got it? Yes. So if I believe the house would be less in 6 years, I shouldn't have done the deal. But because I know the house will be more in 6 years, it was a great move for me. Sound good? Yes. Got it? So I walk it, I declare it, and then I say these scriptures. I say, I dedicate the plan of this house to you. Now I circumvent my fear. And I say, you know who has this house. And I know that there is many more people than I can imagine that has this house. And so there's 3 or 4 of those people that have this house, and I'm asking for a divine appointment where you make it so clear that they have our house. They open up the conversation, they talk to us about it, literally create that divine appointment. You know where the divine appointment is. Is it in the coffee shop? Is it in the restaurant? Is it out for a walk? Is it a friend? But I know that conversation is inside these gates, and we are going to rely on you to put that together. So I am backed by heaven. Now I say those words constantly, backed by heaven, backed by heaven, backed by heaven. And I literally feel like there's angels that drop behind me. Like, I'm not kidding you. You got to try it. Like, but you're not. I miracle walked with a friend in California, and she was like, I'm backed by heaven. No, 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 no. If you had 14-foot angels behind you, wouldn't you be freaking out? Like, would you be like, I am backed by heaven? Yeah, you would. So you got to match it, right? So I believe I don't have full proof on this yet, but I have miracle walked with a lot of people who've gotten what they asked for, and unbelievable, impossible dreams. Whether they could afford it or not afford it, they just stepped into it to build a relationship with him. That's why they did it, because there's always a moment in your life that you need your faith more than anything. And you don't want that to be the moment that you're trying to build it. You want to be so strong that whatever mountain's trying to come up against you, that you can just push it away. And that comes from you being a responsible human being and getting in relationship with him. I really believe that. So I think, I don't know yet, but I think, and I'll be asking you guys for input, like, you've got to elevate. And so I walk the streets like a crazy woman. And I say, we are backed by heaven. And now I have lots of friends who come walking with me, by the way. And now I have you too, right? And we are going to walk the streets today, and you're going to declare your one thing. And I want you to start saying, I am backed by heaven. This plan is backed by heaven. No weapon formed against it will impact. In fact, any weapon trying to come against me is confused and breaks. It can't find me. Right? There is no plan that the devil has on my life. It is broken now, it's confused, and I am backed by heaven. And here is a superpower scripture that this plan, I dedicate this plan to you, God, to you, my shepherd. And so you said, I will want for nothing. So I expect to want for nothing. See, people are afraid to say that. My mom was afraid to say that because she grew up in a Catholic home. She went to Catholic school and she was like, you don't tell God. And I'm like, now my mom was crying on the patio today, right before we started. I said, why are you crying? She goes, I just listened to this whole thing about growing your faith. She has no idea I'm doing this with you today. And my mom's in tears. And it was an omen for me to say, let's go after it this week. Because watching my 70 whatever year old mother with tears in her eyes because her relationship with God is growing, and faith was the word she used, it just made me think, there's nothing more important, y'all, than knowing that you are backed by heaven. There is nothing more important. I'll end on this and say, if you are to do this every day for the next 5 days, you will notice that if you pick one thing, that you will continue to add to that one thing. So you're saying it on repeat and you're walking. Okay. And you're noticing, are you being timid? Are you holding back? Are you feeling guilty? Whatever it is, whatever the feelings come up, say you feel guilty. I want you to say, I break that guilt right now and I pull that weed. I break that guilt right now and I pull that weed. And then you need to replant something. I am backed by heaven and I dedicate whatever it is that you're dedicating to him, and you will want for nothing. And you watch when you say these words, something will shift in you. You will find that your tummy will come tighter in, your stance will go higher, your posture will get better. You will notice it. I promise you, you will notice it. But you have to say it 3, 4, 5 times and keep getting more assertive in it, like you are fighting for this thing to come through. And what you're really doing is fighting for a really great line and connection with him. That is what you're really fighting for. But what is amazing is you're going to see the miracles break over your life. Okay. So everywhere that you are double-minded, somebody put double-minded. Double-minded is uncertain, unclear, debating, negotiating if you really want this thing. All of that is a temptation of a lie. And it is an indication you are on the right miracle. So when you feel that you are getting a little bit confused, like, I don't know if I really want that. Am I saying it right? Or however it shows up, or I feel guilty for saying that, right? Like that was one that just came up for me. I'm declaring a really big miracle over our company and the people that work in this company. Like they don't even know what I am planning for them. Right. And we're not there yet for me to share it with them, but I am declaring a very big life-changing miracle for the team at Hardcore. And then like when it came to my side, I like financially, when it came to my side, I felt guilt. I never feel guilt around money. And I felt guilt and I broke it. And I was like, yes, it got revealed to me. Right. And so you got to break it and then you got to re-strengthen. Nah, like this is ours. It's not yours. It's ours. You get it? Yes. So do not give any power in the courts of heaven to lose your miracle because you are double-minded about this. Don't use words to say that you don't need it, things like that, because it'll be taken from you. Okay. So you've got to stand on it. And here's what's beautiful. You don't know why you're going after what you're going after. Because I'm telling you, the authority over money is stronger in the scriptures than it even is over prayer and faith. And so that's why I believe that we are doing big work here. We're doing legacy work here. And this 5 days is anointed and it's blessed. So expect a miracle this week. I would love you if you're willing to. Are you willing to put what miracle you want to walk in the chat? I would love to go back and look at the transcripts after and see if anybody's willing to do that, to put it in the chat where you could actually put, what miracle are you wanting to walk out? What is it? Don't just put money, be clear, right? Don't just put a home, be clear. How many bedrooms, right? Where's it located? Are you just getting enough, or are you walking in his power? Like, if I wasn't afraid, it would be here. Don't say things like, my husband was not moving to Puerto Rico with me, by the way. It's like, I'm not moving. And I just declared, right? Like, I just declared. And I was like, you know how to figure him out. You know how to figure him out. And then he drove the move, by the way. He pushed the move from an absolute hell no, heaven no, upside down no, 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 absolutely not open to, he drove it. So I'm telling you, when you got something on your heart, if you are married, know that there is a connection with the other one as well, and you don't need to work out their heart. Okay, but you do need to be courageous enough to walk it out and see what happens. Okay, so I see lots of you guys starting to put things in the chat, in the comment section. Fantastic. First thing is to be able to declare it like that and be clear. Okay, so you guys in VIP with me, we're going to jump over to VIP and we're going to do an open concept session. If you want to join us in VIP, I don't know if there's any spots left yet, but I'd love our team to drop a link to upgrade to VIP. It's very inexpensive. If you want to, I don't know if we have it at 27 or even 47, but either or, it's very inexpensive. You'll have us for the entire 5 days, where we will unpack everything from crypto on Wednesday to money markets to manifesting to the word to the drop zone, all the stuff. You don't have to understand all the stuff we're going to do this week. If you're not in VIP, I'm going to ask you to get out there and go do a 5-10 minute walk. Okay, I want you to bring your energy to it. You're backed by heaven. I wish, what we should have done? We should have created shirts that all said, or hats that all said backed by heaven, right? But it literally, I want you to go walk it. And I want you to commit to walking for 5 times this week, right? 5 times this week, even if it's only for 5-10 minutes. I did 75 hard when I was manifesting the property. And I had to work out for, 45 minutes twice a day, I think it is. I actually went out and I used both of those workouts outside, where I just miracle walked. And it was awesome, right? It was absolutely awesome. And so that was the structure, because I know structure can get in the way. Okay. All right, you guys, tomorrow we're going to break some barriers tomorrow. We're going to literally amplify this, and I'm going to walk with you. And you guys are going to put things in the chats, right? And I'm going to read the chats, and I'm going to declare over your stuff and see what we can create. Last time we did this, there was some epic shifts in the week. I was on my knees in tears, because my faith obviously goes deeper, as yours does as well. Sound good? Yes? All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys in VIP, they're going to send you a text and an email. Don't freak out. They're going to send you a text and an email. Instagram, I'll come over to you. If you want to do VIP, you can send me a DM. But I will send you a text and email. In about 10 minutes, I'll see you on another line for you guys who did upgrade to VIP. Sound good? Let's unmute the lines and say goodbye. I know we have a lot of people on the lines, but let's unmute the lines and say goodbye. Just hit unmute if you guys can. Team,
this is
help me.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Love you, Shanda. Thank you.
This is incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shanda.
Thank you. Excited.
This was
Love you so much.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to
Can't
walk
wait to
out.
walk out.
Can't wait to walk with you.
Love you, Shanda. Can't wait to walk with you.
You tomorrow.
And
Thank you.
That was phenomenal.
Walk with you, Shanda.
Back by heaven.
Bye.
Thank you. Make sure to watch Shanda. You're amazing. Glad to walk with you.
By heaven.
Thank you, Shanda.
I am backed by heaven. Thank you, Shanda. Thank you.
We praise you,
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shanda.
Thank you.
praise you,
Thank you.
Jehovah.
Thank
In
you.
Jesus'
Woo.
Thank you.
This app not only
has radar to predict
the weather conditions for the next 30 days, but also can locate rainfall to the streets. It also has the voice function to the rain.
Hello. All right. If you have upgraded to VIP, have a look at your emails. The link has been emailed through to you. Hi, Irina. Okay, if you have upgraded to VIP, have a look at your emails. The link has been emailed through to you. If you've upgraded to VIP and if you have not received the email, please drop your email address below so that we may support you in moving over.
I'm amazed.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. Reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized here with you. Come on now. Now this love is for real, you will never let go, never let go. Oh, and it's more than just words, love beyond my control, out of control. Hands up! This is real love, this is real love. Say this is real love, this is real love. Oh.
Okay, so for those of you that have upgraded to VIP, the link has been emailed through to you. Please have a look at your emails. If it's not in your inbox, please have a look at your spam or promotions folder. It should be there. Of course, it's my pleasure.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. 1, 2, 3, jump!
Hi, Julie. Thanks for your question. So each VIP gets a new purchase. Belinda, I've received your email address, but it doesn't seem that that email address is the one that was used on purchase. If you could please share a different one, that would be amazing. Len, I have sent you an email with the VIP link. Please have a look at your emails or at the spam folder that is in your emails or promotion. It might be there.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working.
Veronica, I see your email.
I worship you.
If you've purchased VIP, you would receive a direct email with the VIP link.
Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
Okay, Barry, give me a moment. Let me cross-reference it. Please share the email address that you used to purchase the ticket.
Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. Oh, I worship you.
If you still need to join, please click the link below.
Abigail, it has been emailed through to you. Please take a moment to refresh your emails. I have sent another one.
Abigail, I also sent you a DM if you can click there.
Let's sing this together, even when I don't see it. Come on, even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Come on. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop, Even when I don't see it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop. You're the way maker. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Light in the darkness. My God, that is, sing, that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. That is who you are. You are waymaker, light in the darkness. Oh, his name is above. His name is above depression. His name is above loneliness. Oh, his name is above disease. His name is above cancer. His name is above everything.
Jacqueline, please share your email address.
That is who you are. That is who you are.
Melinda, an email has been sent to you. I will resend it.
Oh, I know that is who you are.
Jacqueline, please share your email address.
Christian-centered online business that you haven't heard of before, and it's built to bless your community. I'm Douglas James.
The wind is watching every gesture of your hand. Waves of fear collapse at your command. I know tomorrow when the pressure rushes in, you'll be there to rescue me again. What a mighty God, what a mighty God you are. What a mighty God, what a mighty God you Here in your presence, there will be no other throne. All my heart is yours and yours alone. The song of heaven and my soul will sing the same. Jesus Christ, the name above all names. What a mighty God, what a mighty God you are. What a mighty God, what a mighty God you are. What a mighty God, what a mighty God you are. What a mighty God, what a mighty God you are. Strong and mighty Lord, to you all.
Joanne and Kathleen, the links have been emailed to you. Please double check. I've just sent another email through to you. If you've upgraded to VIP and have still not received the VIP link, please drop your email address down below so that we may support you. Also know that there is a recording, so you will be able to catch up on whatever it is that you've missed. We got you.
Kathleen, I'm emailing you again.
Barbara, I'm sending you another email. Renee, that email address does not seem to be on the system. Is there perhaps a different one that you used to purchase? Jacqueline, an email has been sent through to you. Please have a look. Jodelle, I see that you've registered for VIP in January. Have you purchased a new ticket for this miracle walk? Carmen, it has started and the link has been sent through to you. I always recommend being there live and you get to watch the replays.
Adele, do you have your email available?
Renee, an email has been sent through to you. Jodelle, you get to purchase another ticket for this miracle walk. I see that you've purchased for January, which is amazing. Okay, so this room will be closing out in the next 4 minutes. If you have purchased